It's 11 April today, and tomorrow we're going to be starting with the Monarch previews. But there is already something over on the website, and that is the Monarch art preview. I already took a look at it yesterday between rounds when I was playing in a couple of armory events. But let's dive into it and see what we can see here and see if we can maybe speculate some last minute things before the real spoilers start going live. Anyways, let's head on over to this website. You can find this at fabtcg.com/articles/monarch-art-preview. If you want to look along with me on the screen itself, you can just leave the video running and we can go through this together. But yeah, we have the Monarch art preview. We will not be able to see any cards yet, but what we do get to see is what the artwork on some of the cards is going to be looking like. So if we go over to the very first one, let's click this thing away, there we go. And yeah, here is the very first piece of art. The thing that I noticed right away is like this has a very cosmic vibe to it. The thing you can see is like you have all these bones and skulls in this planet or moon, whatever you want to call it, but at the same time you see like the sun shining behind it, so this is a bit like an eclipse, right? So I feel a card like this makes me kind of wonder that if the light and shadow mechanics in the game are going to be able to be used together, because in this picture itself you can see you have the light aspect and the dark aspect at the same time, especially on the right side of the planet. This is almost going into black. Yeah, you can see a very rough outline of a couple of bones here and there, but this is just almost pitch black. Really beautiful art, by the way. Let's see, this one was illustrated by Daria. I have no idea how to pronounce the last name, Klepnikova, is that correct? I'm not gonna continue butchering people's names, sorry about that if that's wrong, but a really beautiful piece of art. I also liked, what do you call it? What's the term of this again? Like those matter clouds that you tend to see in space. Let me know what these things are called. I completely forgot already. And let's move on to the next one then. So we have again the bone team. So we have a bone team here, again a bone team here, with something that looks like a throne or an altar. We see some demons flying around, and this guy, he's not having a good time. Like you can see the dread in his hand. And who else do we have? Like there's a couple of people here. You can see some people climbing up to the throne. And this one, oh, this is his hand maybe? No, it's not. The hand is in the wrong position. But yeah, these people are not having a great time. Their hair is being shaved off. They are being tossed in a pile of what looks like corpses. But you also have these creepy eyes on the meat everywhere. So yeah, I'm seeing a bit of a theme. I like bones, again bones, and then here we see something crawling out of the ground. But that's a very blue theme. So with these bones, I think that these two are likely referencing to something like a necromancer class. Like there's something like you see dead people coming back to life. That's how I interpret this artwork. Let me know what you think. We also see a shadow of a person in the background there. Do you see that? Like in the very background there's like some gigantic titan shadow, and over here as well. Here is a titan as well, so I wonder if those are going to have any role in the set. They look a bit like the people you see in the picture here, so maybe it's related, but I think these first two are a big hint that we're getting a necromancer class. That's how I interpret this. When we go to the next one, you see a team with some shadowy thing coming out of the ground, some glowing blue eyes. You see a blue glow coming from the ground, which could also have to do with necromancers in a way, that they are reviving the dead that are in the ground. But maybe it could be something to do with a different hero as well. The next one, we see more bones. We see a bit of a mix between a demon and some angel wings in the background. Maybe this is something like a fallen angel that has fallen to the dark side, and we see like the dark core, like almost like an eclipse, right at the center where the organs, the heart and lungs should be. So yeah, quite curious what this is going to be, but this looks more like a generic card to me rather than really related to the other two classes, so I don't think this is going to be a hero related artwork. Next, we have a lot of stuff going on here. We see a lot of ghostly beings coming out of the ground, out of the walls, everywhere. We see this giant zombie ghost head coming out of the ground, and we see people that get hit by these ghosts. It almost looks like the life force is being sucked out of them. Like this one is completely powerless, this person as well. This one is completely struck in terror, and this one is like, you know what, I'm out of here. I don't need this negativity in my life. He's out of here. He is not gonna stay to fight this thing. The loyalty means nothing to this person anymore. They are like, forget it, I'm not gonna fight this zombie thing. So yeah, this a very scary artwork. I would have loved if the expression of fear were more visible on the art itself, but then again, these faces are going to be very small on the art card work, so yeah. I think there's a guy up here like shooting a crossbow as well. I cannot really see clearly, or is he just pointing at it? Yeah, no idea why you're pointing to it. Everybody saw it. There's nobody, even the people all the way behind the wall, they saw this thing. Nobody needs you pointing at it. Or maybe this is the commander telling them to go in while he is hiding behind that fence up there in his watchtower. But yeah, really cool artwork. I love the use of color here. There's a very strong contrast between the blue and the purples. Very nice indeed. And it seems like these ghosts are wearing something like a mask almost. Do you see that? Like the body is very rough, but then the masks with the faces, they look very smooth and very distinct from ghosts like the one over here, for example, or even the one that's coming out of this thing's eyes. Very cool artwork. This one even creepier. They are what I assume to be one of the light people or the good sides, maybe a guardian or something. These demons are forcing him to look in the mirror. They're grabbing him by his hair, and he has to see himself being converted to the dark side. A very sinister side. You can see you can almost see like there's some frosting on the mirror where he places his hand on the mirror, that like his life force is being sucked out of him. You can see the fingers turning blue. I think this person is simply being turned to the dark side there. There's blood coming out of his eyes. Very creepy artwork, but there's a very strong demon team. I do know in other artwork there's a very strong angel team as well, so I guess that's just the whole team of the whole set. This one, I don't know. I don't know what to think about this. The artwork is beautiful with the red and the darks in the background. We again have this flesh theme, almost like the arteries, like blood arteries going upwards, growing like a tree. It seems to be growing out of this person, so maybe this is one of these dark magics, like something that Necromancer may be using. Maybe instead of Necromancer could even be something like a Flesh Shaper or Body Shaper, that it's not really Necromancy, but that they reuse things like corpses or even living beings to make these monstrosities. That could be a thing somehow. We do see this giant two-handed sword, and this kind of makes me hopeful that we get to see some kind of a hero that is wielding a super two-handed blade. Of course, we do have Rune Blade already, but something different, something more knightly like this. Do you think that Knight will be a team in the set? I mean, Knights and Monarchs kind of related, I would say, at least in the Western history, so maybe Knight is one of the heroes. Next we have this. The thing I noticed straight away is that you see all these blue runes or letters all over the body of this person. And again, a ghost team, but we see all these runes, so I think there may be something to do with some sort of a magical class that uses runes and summoning spirits to attack the opponent. I was kind of hoping for something like an assassin class, and I am trying to look at this like something an assassin would do, but maybe we have an assassin that can summon dark spirits. That would be kind of sinister. Not really sure what to make of this. I again love the use of the color. We see a lot of purples and blues in this set, it seems, at least for the shadowy side of things, so that's really nice. Here we have another person that kind of looks like a knight, possibly a guardian. I don't think we're gonna get a guardian in this set. Again, with a shadowy being overshadowing this person. We see some kind of a sigil or something in the background. Everybody has already passed away by the looks, and this is the last surviving being here. Again, with a very nice sword artwork, and that is really nice. Very sinister here as well. And then we get into more of the lighter themes. This looks more like a cleric to me, like maybe a bishop or something. Maybe there's some religious body in the world of Flesh and Blood where they govern like this. This could even be the monarch himself. No crown though, so I don't think it is the monarch, but very interesting artwork. Again, a very light-based artwork, which again makes me think that this is a cleric hero or something to do with cleric. Here we see something that is, I think we've seen this before in the pilgrimage card of the warriors in Welcome to Raid. We've seen something very similar. We see the moon in the background, some really nice birds there. And these people are clearly on either a voyage or going to war. Judging from the artwork, I think these are soldiers and this may be just a supply line going to the army, and these people are maybe supplying a main army, or they are transporting some beings of importance to a different place. Who knows, maybe something went wrong in the city. I cannot see anything shadowy going on in the city. We do see this little white cloud, but I think that's just smoke, not really a spirit going around. Again, a very clever use of the light and dark theme. Like we see the light side on this side, and then this side of the city is being cast into the shadow, as well as here the valley is in the light side, while this valley over here, like the fields on the light side and the valley over here, seems to be cast in shadow as well. The light and shadow theme in the set are very strong. This artwork is really cute. We see this guy, he is way too young to be on the battlefield. He doesn't even have a real sword, but he is here to fight. He uses a pot as a pen as a helmet. This one has a makeshift, I would say like a bodysuit made out of an old bridge or a leather or something. Even the women are fighting, which is also always a nice thing to see in terms of representation in fantasy, so quite happy to see about that. And yeah, I mean, it's a fun little artwork, likely for some kind of a generic, judging from the artwork. It doesn't really spark something like a hero to me. It looks more like a crowd, so it's likely going to be a very generic it's likely going to be a generic card that is using this particular artwork, but still very nice color scheme. I love the sky palette, I love the mountains in the background as well. Looks like this is a village. We can see the straw roofs in the background too. There is a dwarf, really cool, huge battle axe. Maybe this is our new hero. I mean, looking at this, how deeply, like, I think this must be a hero. Look at it, this is so highly detailed. This must be one of the new heroes. And yeah, glad to see some dwarves in the game now. Here, another one which may be a generic. We see a lot of these dudes in armor in the artwork, so there has to be something to do with that. These have really a state of panic. This is likely the man in charge that's screaming at them to come out of hiding and come outside. We do see these, I think they're putting on the armor in a rush, like they need to get out and fight. They are just done putting out the armor and this guy's yelling at them to get out there and fight or something along those lines. There is another army being led, a very distinct, these have a whole different armor look than these other guys, so maybe these are more representative of the shadow side. We do have these very light looking banners. This one as well, we see a very light team, we see some demons. Again, very much looks like a knight. Maybe the dwarf hero, what I assume to be a hero, could be some kind of a knight hero. I'm really starting to think knight is a thing, or at least paladin. Maybe it's paladin with all these light teams and stuff like that. A beautiful hero. Maybe these paladins worship heroes and they can call some divine powers or something like that. The light is really pushing away the shadow, and I believe in the center we can see the outlining of that city that we've seen in the other artwork. So maybe this is that city that we saw earlier on, and this angel being is protecting that. I do like that this angel has more than just 2 wings. We see the whole like 6, 8, even 10 wings, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure if these are an extra pair of wings down there. That looks very, very decent, very cool. Really beautiful artwork there. We're looking forward to using this in a game. And then we have this one. I believe this is the last one. Yeah, this. And this pretty much looks like an enlightened strike. Could it be that this set has a reprint of Enlightened Strike already? I mean, Enlightened Strike is a card that everybody needs, right? It's such an important staple. I wonder if LSS kind of knew this and that the staple Majestics are going to be reprinted regularly with different artwork. Do you think that this is an Enlightened Strike? Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, very satisfied with the artwork. It's going to be a beautiful set. And it seems that, well, this was supposed to be the first set release, so I'm really curious what kind of a mechanics this is going to bring to the table and then how much the game is going to shift going forward. But yes, that's everything from me today. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, please hit the subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and leave a comment letting me know your thoughts. And if you really like my content and you would like to support the channel a little bit financially, there are donation links down in the description as well as a Patreon page that has some benefits for subscribers as well. Anyways, that's all from me. Thank you for watching today. See you all with the next video and let me know what other content you want to see soon. Take care.